Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday morning to y'all. Had a quick minute, and I wanted to talk about something real quick that was spoken about in church yesterday. We had a gentleman come over, and he spoke about how the church is now looked at as it's grouped in with mythology, the Bible, and the Jesus in his walk on this earth and everything that entails Christianity. It is now labeled, it's no longer labeled, I would say, into the religion category. They're now labeling it into the mythology. Mythology is something that is basically not true. It's a story that's been handed down through generations and embellished upon and added to. And you have mythology like the Greek gods is a good example with Zeus and Apollo and Aphrodite. And, that's all Greek mythology. It didn't exist, but the story has been handed down through time immemorial. And so therefore, we get Greek mythology. I think there's a lot of different parts of history that had mythology that was handed down. And a lot of times it's embellished upon, it's added to as time goes by. But he mentioned yesterday that now they're starting to add the Bible and the stories that's within the Bible as mythology, meaning it's not real. They're just stories like the Greek mythology, like I just said, with Zeus, Apollo, all of them. And this is where we're at. I mean, this is where we're at, and this is being taught in our universities now. And he went on to say that these professors are now treating biblical history as being fake, as being, as I just said, mythology. Folks, every day there is something that this nation is doing to push down and push back against Christianity, to push down, to push back against the Bible. Now they're basically calling it fake. Okay, not that we have a whole plethora of believers in this nation as it is like we used to. Now it's more, I would say it's probably maybe 50-50. Half this country believes in God, the other half, I'm not saying has accepted Christ as their personal savior. That's a much lower percentage. I'm talking about people that actually just believe in God. I would say we're at about 50-50 now, and that's just terrible. But think about what I'm telling you. They are classifying the Bible as mythology. The stories in the Bible, the stories of Moses, the stories of Noah in the ark, and Jonah in the whale, and what else did we have? We had the Job, what happened to Job, the terrible things that happened to him, and Jesus being tempted by Lucifer when he went out into the wilderness for 40 days. This is all being grouped as just stories. Just mythology, just fake stories that have been brought together through time and put in this thing that they call the Bible. Think about that. It is now being taught as mythology. And when he said that yesterday, my jaw dropped. I mean, I know there's a lot of wickedness in this land, and I know there's a lot of people that despise Christians, despise Christianity, especially people that are in positions of power in our universities, in our government. We even have those within our government that despise Christianity and Christians. We have a lot, folks. We have a lot more than you would ever imagine, more than I'd probably ever imagine. But this is where we're at in 2022. The Bible's mythology. The stories within the Bible are mythology. They've been made up by man and embellished upon by generation after generation after generation. And this is what we have today as the Holy Bible. It is just mythology. And it just tells me that we are even closer to the end than I could even imagine, than you can imagine. I mean, it's just amazing. I really do. My memory is not like it used to be. I wish I could remember a lot of what he said about how this came to pass, about how now the scientific world and the intellectual world in the United States are now looking at the Bible as mythology. I wish I could really, I wish I would have recorded him and put it up, but I didn't know this is what he was going to speak on, or I would have, and you would have had a treat. So I really wish I could have. But anyways, to make a long story short, that's where we're at today in 2022. This is what your children that you're paying $50,000, $60,000, $75,000 a year to go to college. If you're believers, this is what they're now being taught, that the Bible is just mythology. It's just fake. Like the Greek gods. They're just stuff that man's made up, and, just as it is what it is. Where we're at, folks. It is where we're at. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. God bless.